Okay, welcome to Datawise Discovery channel. Today we are going to see about the CRUD. We will we'll complete CRUD in this one video. Okay, so we'll do CRUD means create, read, update, and delete, and we'll see all these operations in one video. Okay, if you have seen previous video also, then it's okay. I'm again going to do from the first. Okay, and if you want to move up to directly up to update, then I will put the timestamp in my video. Okay, so let's begin by making a folder. I'm making here the new folder. I'll write self self prod. Okay, so I'm writing it as self prod. From this I'll go to some more options and I will open the Visual Studio Code. Okay, then I'll go to the terminal and I'll make one virtual environment. Okay, so in order to make the virtual environment, what you need to do is python minus mbnb my env. If you write this command and hit enter, then it will create you the virtual environment. Okay, so it will take up to 10 seconds, so be patient with this. Okay, after this what we are going to do is install the Django in our virtual environment. So we'll do pip install Django. No, we need to first of all let's try to cancel it. Okay, so what we need to do first is now we need to activate that virtual environment. In order to install any packages, we need to activate that first. Okay, so scripts slash activate. Now this is the symbol that it has been activated. So now I'm going to do pip install Django. Okay, so pip install Django, so it will download the Django for me. Okay, so it will take up to 30 seconds, I guess. So wait for this to complete. Okay, this is taking much longer than I had anticipated. So this has been completed. Now what we will do is now check the Django version of it. Okay, so admin dash dash version, it will give you the version of your Django, and you can also check the version of your Python. Okay, so both are correctly installed, so please try to always download the latest version of this both. Okay, so if you have the older version of the Python, then uninstall that version of the Python and try to put the latest version in your computer. Okay, so after doing these all things, now I'm going to create the project. So in order to create the project, you need to write Django admin. On Django admin start project. So the name of the project I will give is project itself. Okay, so I'll hit the enter, then it will create me one. This is the base directory, and inside this there will be another folder named project, and inside this there will be settings urls. Okay, so now you need to go inside that project, cd project. So and here you need to do ls. If you see that manage.py, you are good. Okay, so now you can write this command, start app manage py, and the name of the app I'll give it as app. Okay, So Python I've written it. Python manage.py start app, and the name of the app as app. Okay, so after doing this you need to go to the settings, and inside the settings there are a couple of things you need to do. First of all, for our own apps we'll make the external apps. Okay, so over here we'll write our own app name, so that's app. So at down here what we need to do is install app dot extend. Okay, extend external apps. Okay, so if you do this your app is now successfully connected to this project. Okay, so after this you need to do over here, go to the static. What you need to do here is you need to provide the media root is equal to base directory slash, you need to give it the name as media. Okay, and over here you need a media URL, and in media URL you need to provide it as media. Okay, so anything that Django administration will add will go into this media folder. Okay, so let me just write it as media. So this must for my settings configuration, and now I'll go to let's say I'll go to urls.py in my project level. Okay, so this is a project level urls. So in order to, so I'll do include include. Okay, so path I'll not provide anything in this single quotation. I'll do include uh, again upon the single quotation app.urls. Okay, so from here what I want to do is import some other packages. So conf import settings, and from django.conf.urls.static import static. Okay, so then you need to go inside this static. For that you need to press the control and then click over this static. Okay, so it is not correct, static. Okay, if I click over this you need to go to the line number 19 and copy this code. Okay, just copy this code and paste it outside this urls patterns. Okay, so after that what you need to do is go to your app, create one file that's named urls.py. In this here what you need to do is from django.urls import import path. Okay, so the next thing you need to do is url patterns. So urls, so I don't know why it is not showing over here. URL patterns, URL patterns. So I'll write the path as home path. Okay, so what it will go is, now first let's say we'll make a base directory first. Okay, so base directory, this will be present at app slash base dot html. Okay, so this will be present at over here base. This will go to the base, and next thing we need to provide is a name. Okay, so let me provide the name as base. Okay, let me now import from views, from dot views import that base. Okay, so we need to go to the views, and what you need to write is define base. The first thing it will take is a request, and return render. The first argument in the render is a request, and the third one is the template name. Okay, so the base.html is present inside this app. Will create this one now. So we'll now create the templates. So templates, inside these templates we will again create a folder that will be the same as my application name, that's app, and inside this app I'll make one file. That file name will be base.html. okay, so after this I'll press shift plus 1 this and I'll hit enter, and inside this I'll do h1 hello old. Okay, so after doing all these things, so we have connected to this also. So let me try to now do let's say python manage.py. I'll do migrate first. Okay, so it will create the database. Over here there will be the database. If you don't see this symbol, okay, so what you need to do is I can open this from here also, but in your case that might not be the case, so you need to install some extension. For this you need to go to SQLite, okay, and download these two one. Okay, SQLite the first one and the SQLite viewer. Okay, so after doing this, what I will just do is python manage.py run server. I'll check whether I have done it correctly or not. So in order to run that, what I'll do is just go inside this. So it is correctly working. So I'll go in my Visual Studio. I try to zoom, but it's not working. Okay. After this, what I will do is why it is not being control and plus. Okay, so now it's so after this, now what we are going to see is we are going to see about template inheritance in this. Okay, so for this we are going to use the bootstrap. Okay, so go to the bootstrap. Okay, so over in this bootstrap you need to go to the docs. Okay, go to this docs, go to the download, and you'll see over here cdn via js deliver download. Copy this okay, so I'll do copy that over here. So after that I need to go to my this thing and just press Ctrl P. Okay, so after doing this, now you can use your you are ready to use the bootstrap. For the first, what I'll do is I'll just bring the navbar. Okay, so I'll say the navbar starts here, and I'll go to the down. Navbar ends here. Okay, so you need to go back to the you need to go back to this bootstrap website and try to search navbar navbar. Okay, so the first navbar you get is like this, and we will copy this. Okay, so we are copying this one. So in order to go to the Visual Studio Code and you just paste it over there. Okay, so after doing that, now what you will get is the navbar. Okay, so you should get like this. After that, what we are going to do is make some modifications over here. Over here we will not remove these source. Okay, so be careful over here what we will do. So first of all I'll remove this disable button. Okay, so the next thing I'll remove is this drop down. Okay, drop down, and what I'll do now is I'll just do copy this link. Okay, so I'll paste it over here. one time, two times, I guess three times it's okay. So home. The next thing I'll do is form. The next thing I'll provide is a contact, and this will be about. Okay, so I guess we'll make up to this much only. So let me go to over here, and if I do refresh, then I'll say form, home, form, contact, and about. Okay, so let me give the background of this snap bar also. So in order to give the background, this is not what we are working, so let me cut that. Let me go over here. To give the background, what you need to do is, let's say I want to busy. If we do busy primary, then it will give me this color. Okay, so it is taking this color also. So busy primary, if I do this thing over here, will it work? I'm just checking. Okay, so to try this, so it's not working, so I just copy this one, control X, and I'll just paste it over here. So my background is blue over here. Okay, so this is the case over here. Okay, now after providing that background color, now we'll move on to the template inheritance. Okay, let me go to the end of this navbar over here and click the block and hit enter. Okay, so I'll do the content. This is a block content, and in the title what I'm going to do is we are doing the CRUD app, so CRUD, and we'll also make one block. Okay, so this block will be title, and anything inside here will be written over here. So after doing all these things, now I'll do the template inheritance. Okay, so first of all I'll go to this app, then it will be underlined in this app. I'll make a new file and go to home.html. In this home we'll extend or inherit from this base.html, so write extends, and my base.html is present inside that app slash base.html. Okay, so it is present inside this app base.html. so there is what is known as title block. Okay, so there is first is title. I'll write the title as home. Okay, so this is a home. Why it is not working over here? It is giving me some error. Okay, home, and there is the next block, that was a content one, so this is a content block. In the content block, let's say I am writing this is home page. Okay, so in order to make this look beautiful, I'll provide some class, so I'll put it in the center, alert tensor. Okay, after doing this, what you need to go is view. I'll change this view in views.py. I'll change it to home. Okay, so and I'll do this home.html, and I'll go to the urls. I'll change this to home, and I'll change this one also to the home. Okay, so let's say I want to import all the things that is present in views, so I'll do this. So after doing this, I will go to here and just run over this, so it is showing me this is home page. Okay, so after doing this as the home page, okay, this is the home page. Now I'll work on the other pages, that is form, what is present in my, that is home, contact, and about. Okay, so I'll make a HTML file for form.html. Okay, so it is not going in the correct folder, so I'll just do this. Click on this app, the underline will be in this app, and then click on the main folder form.html. Inside this form, what I'll do is copy whatever I have written in form.html, control A, control C, and I'll just paste it over here. Now this is a form page, so I'll write it for form, and over here I'll give it as a form page. For this form page I need to make its own function in views.py. Okay, so control C, I'll copy this one, and I'll do control B. This will be the form page, and over here I'll provide it as a form. Okay, so after this what I need to do is go to the URLs and provide the path for it. Okay, so I'll provide the path as form. This will go in form, so the name will be form. After this what we'll do is try to link that base and that form page. Okay, so for that you need to go to base.html, go to this, go to the home. Okay, when you click the home you need to go to the home, so I'll just provide it as a home over here. When you click the form you need to go to that form, so URL that will go to the form. Basically what it does is it will, after you will click this, you will go, it will go to the this URLs. Okay, and it will search for the name equal to form. Then after this it will go inside this form in views.py and render this page in our screen. Okay, so this is basically what it does. And after this let me check that whether this that is working or not. Okay, so I'll click this form. It's not working, I don't know why. So let me first go to this thing. Why I am saying desktop 1, desktop 2, I don't know why. So I need to just go to this one, so I'm getting this. Then after this I'll just now again run the server. Okay, sometimes it will give the error, but if you do run the server again then that problem might go. Okay, so this is form page is okay. This is not working, what is the case? Okay, this is now working. Okay, so this is form page, this is home page. Okay, so that's working. Now we'll make our form also, home page also being done, home page also being done. Now we will work on our contact and about page. Okay, so I'll do it very fast. So I'll make a contact.html. so inside this I'll just paste a, so I'll just paste in this thing over here. So now over here what we will write is a contact page. Okay, CONTACT contact. Okay, so this is contact page. For this we need to make our own views.py, so I'll copy this one and paste it over here. This is for the contact, the NTACT contact. There will be this contact, and we need to connect it to the URL. So path contact slash, there will be contact in views.py, so I'll give the name as contact. Okay, so after doing this thing what I'll do is go to base.html and provide that URL link. Okay, so URL, so contact. After this it should work. Okay, so let me go back, let me click on this contact, let me try to do this. go to the contact. I don't know, this is contact page. Okay, so this is working. So now again we will make the about page. Okay, so I'll write the URL over here. I'll provide the about, and inside this template what we'll go make is about.html. I'll hit enter, then I'll control B, and over here what I'll do is say I pasted it 2 times, so control Z. So this is a about page, so OBOUT about, this is about page. Okay, so now again we need to go to views.py, control C and control V, that this is about page, this is also about. So this might look boring, but you need to do it. Okay, so you need to make it a muscle memory, then only you can do all these things. Okay, so you need to do it, keep on doing the same things. Okay, so this is about. So I think now we have done all this. Why it is not working? Okay, this is now working. Okay, so this is form page, this is home page, all these things are working. After this what I will do is make this a link. Okay, this link more good. If I click on this form, then it should, this form only should be highlighted and there will be underline over under this one. Okay, so in order to make that one, what I'll go is go to base.html, and inside this class what I'll do is there is something known as active. Okay, over here now there is this page is only active. Okay, home is only shown in this bolded form. Okay, so in order to make whichever link I click, I want to make that link only bold. For that I will use what we known as if block. Okay, so I will do request dot path. If that path is home, in order to say that is home, you need to do this, do active. Okay, and for the next one let me show that to you, control C. Okay, so go to this nav item, go to this anchor tag. Inside this class we need to paste it this one, so this will be my form. Okay, so form will be this. So if I go over here now, if I click this form, so there is a syntax error. So request dot path, so you need to do double equal, this is not the case, this is not the case. So if this equals to this, then they go to this, and over here now, over here you need to do double equal. So let's hope this will work now. Okay, so let me go over here, so there is no space so in there, so I need to provide over here space. Okay, so you need to be careful over here, so you need to provide the space. So if I do now again, so if I click now, look, form is being highlighted. Okay, so if I click over home, so this home page will be highlighted. In order to do this same for about and contact also, what you need to do is just go over here, and in this here you just do the contact. Okay, and over in here nav link also, what you need to do is go over here. Over here again it will create me some error, so I need to provide the space. I will provide the space over here also, if that equal to that's contact, this is about. Okay, so if this is equal to about, then this will be active. Let me check that first. Okay, this is now being highlighted, now this is being highlighted. Now in order to make this looks more nicer, what I will do is go to my head tag. Below this script, what I'll do is write one style tag. Okay, so over here in the class there is something known as active, then you need to provide the color. Okay, so in this color what I'll provide is width. Okay, so and I'll say this is important. Okay, so it will overwrite whatever we have written, whatever there was written in bootstrap. Okay, so and we will do border bottom will be our 3 pixel. Okay, 3 pixel solid. I'll do width. Okay, so this will also make it as important. Now if I go over here in my website and do over these things, so it is looking more nicer. Okay, so if I click form, this is form page. If I click in home, this is home page. Okay, so this is the case for now. Now to now after doing all these things, now we'll move on to the this form page. Okay, we'll work in this form page. To work on this form page, let's now first of all work in this models.py. Okay, so from models.py I want to make some tables in my database. So the class I want to make is student. Let's say models.model. Okay, the first thing will be name models dot character field. Okay, so character field will take the maximum length. Let's suppose they will not enter more than 100 words, so I'll write it as 100. So the next one will be the age models dot integer field. Okay, and the third one will be the let's say address. This will be the models dot let's say this will be text field. Okay, so let's make this one as text field, and the fourth one will make as a email, so email field, and the last one will be message. Okay, message will be our text field only. So let's say we have created this much. Now in order to make the changes in our database, we need to do the two steps. That is, first of all, python manage.py make the migrations. Okay, so make migrations. So after that what we need to do is python manage.py, we need to migrate this code to our database. So inside our database you will see the app student, and all this folder will be made. Okay, so the name of this table will be, first of all, it will use the app name and then underscore and then your class name. Okay, that's a student. Okay, so it is making me message, email, address, and this. Okay, so in order to see that in Django administration, what I need to first do is python manage.py create super user. Okay, so I'll do create super user. Okay, for this now I guess I have hit the wrong command. What I have done here, create super user. Okay, so after this I'll provide the username and I'll provide my email address. I'll provide my password and I'll provide my password. I'll say yes. Okay, now this has been successfully created. Okay, after this what you need to do is python manage.py run server. After doing this, go to that website and I'll do control C. I'll go over here and do control V, and over here what I'll do is right here in this URL what I will do is forward slash and do admin. Okay, so you need to provide here username, not your email. Okay, so you need to provide the username. I have given it as one, so I'll write down the password. Over here you will not see that student table. Okay, so in order to see that student table in our Django administration, what you need to do is write some code in my admin.py. okay, so there are basically two ways of registering this table to Django administration. I'll do the first one, and the first way is to do like this. Okay, admin.site.register. okay, admin.site.register, and you need to provide the table name. So table, in order to make that table recognize, we need to import from student. okay, dot models import student. okay, so if now I'll do refresh, then I should see this student table. okay, so but will not use this way, we'll use the decorator. okay, so what I'll do is admin dot register, provide the name of the class, that's student. okay, and the next thing is class. I'll do student admin dot model admin. After doing this, what I'll do is a list display. Over here I'll do admin. I'll provide the list which I want to show in Django administration. So the first one will be ID, that will be automatically created by the Django. okay, while doing that migrate command. okay, so migrate name, the second one is age, the third one is email, and the fourth one, let's say, then we have address address. okay, we have the address, and we have next thing is we have message. okay, so message. After doing all these things, let me go to my Django administration. Let me just add over here. okay, so let me write my own name. okay, let's write Mohan. Let me give my age as, let's say, 45. My address is and let's say new word. Email is mohan@gmail.com, and in the message I write, and this is message from Mohan. okay, now if I do save over here, now I'll see this one. okay, name ID, whatever we have provided in that list display, that will create me the table over here. okay, so after doing this, we'll check into database whether these things are recorded in my database or not. So I'll go to the DB SQLite 3, and over here it is being successfully recorded. okay, so all these things is in my database now, but we do not want to do this by manually going into Django administration. What we will do now is create a form, and that whatever we enter inside that form will be saved in my database. okay, so in order to do that, go to form.html and write this container. okay, inside the container you will make the row, and inside this row I'll make the column 10. okay, so after writing this code, what you need to do is go to the bootstrap and search for form. okay, so search for form, and whatever you see at the first, you just copy it, you just paste it over here. okay, so this is easy. So you need to, inside this email, okay, you need to remove this ID equal to email help. I'll just remove that one, and over here I'll remove this password also. So password also being removed, and I also don't want this form check. okay, so I'll remove this one also. So after this I'll copy this one, it will be for my name. second one will be for my age, address, and then last one will be for email. Okay, so first of all, this will show me as type the full name, and the input type will be text. Okay, we'll only change this much only. So email, and the second one will be the address, address, so address. So the address will be the text, not address, let's say age. I want the age of that person, so let's say age will be nothing but the number. And over here now I'll give it as the address address, so I'm not writing it correctly, address. Over here this is also going to be the text, last will be the email address. This one is okay. So for making it look more nicer, what I will do is, let's say mx. Let's first check whether this correctly. Let me go to the form, and this is showing me the form. Okay, so inside this row what I'll do is, let's say alert and alert success. Okay, success. After doing this, I'll get the background of green. So okay, I'm getting it in much more nicer. So email address, and there was a next field also. Okay, so let me first of all make this thing mx auto. Okay, so this will go to the middle. Okay, so it will move to the middle. After this thing, what I'll do is, I still need that message. Okay, so there was a 5 field over here, and over here there is only the 4. Okay, so for the message, what we need to go to the bootstrap website and search for text areas. Okay, so after searching for the text areas, what you will get over here is comments. I don't, this is a smaller one, so I want a little bit bigger, I guess. Text areas, text areas, text areas, text areas. I think that one was a good one. I'll do text area. Okay, so I'll select this one. Okay, so let me select this one. Okay, this one is a little bit bigger, so I'll say Control C. I'll go in my forms.html and just go over here. Okay, so what I want to show is not the comments but the messages. Okay, so this is the case. Let me go to my over here. Let me do. Okay, so this is a message. Okay, I want to make this submit button a little bit down. So what I can do over here is, let me go to the class and let me give the padding as 4. Okay, so let me see what it will do. First of all, let me provide the margin. Let me move it little bit down. Okay, so after doing this, it should go a little bit down. Okay, so it went down and it looks good. Okay, so I'll leave it up to here. Now what I need to do is, write something over here. Okay, so I'll write my name, I'll write my age, and I'll give my address, and I'll give my gmail.com. Okay, so and I'll write my message, and if I hit my submit button, it should go to the database. Okay, now it will not go, but in order to make it go into the database, there is a 3-step. Okay, so you need to remember that step. So what you need to do is go inside this full name. What you need to give it as a name. Okay, name equal to what you want to send with. I want to send this data with the tag of name. Okay, so name equal to name. So over here I want to send the data in the name of is, so I'll give it as is. And over here what I'll do is name is equal to this is address, so I'll provide it as address. I'll send this data in the name of address, so the last one will be the email. Okay, so in the last one you need to write it, this name should be written inside this input tag. Okay, so you need to also be careful, you should not write it in label tag, and in this message one you should write inside that text area. Okay, name is equal to I'll provide it as a message. Okay, after this writing this name, you will send the data in the name of name is address and okay. So you need to, you have successfully answered. There is some basically, let's say, let me open the code. Okay, so I'll show you something. So there is basically three questions you need to ask while sending it to the database. The first one is what. Okay, what data you are going to send in and what format. So name equal to is, so it will send that data whatever you enter in that form in that is tag. Okay, so what and which method will you use to send that data. Okay, so and the last one will be where, what do you want to send that data to. Okay, so first of all we have already seen this what. So this what is done by this name, which will be done by what is known as method. Okay, method, and in where we'll provide the URL. Okay, so this will be done by the URL. So if we do this three step, okay, so now inside over here form, in this form what you need going to do is method, make the method as post. Okay, you need to write it all in capital, and the next one will be action. After clicking this submit button, where do we want to go? We want to go to this form page. Okay, so I'll write it as a form page. Now after clicking this submit, and you also need to be careful that after this form one you also need this CSRF token. Okay, this is for, let's say this is for security purpose only. We'll talk about CSRF token in our next video. Okay, so we'll say this CSRF token is only for the security purposes. Okay, so after doing this, what it will do is after clicking this submit button in my website, what it will do is just go in my urls.py, look for form, and inside it will go to the views.py form, and inside this form here we need to write the code in order to send this data whichever we have send it from the website into our database. Okay, so what you need to do is uh, request say request dot is equal to method, so we'll take it as method request dot method dot get, we'll take the name part of it. Okay, so there was a name, and the second one is, what was the second one is. Okay, so the second one is third one will come is address, fourth one it will come is email, so email email. So I'll just enter get email, and the last one will be the last one will be um, message. Okay, message request dot post get message. Okay, so after doing this, what we will get is that in name whatever we have entered in our website will come it in this name. Okay, so now in order to create this in order to post this data to our database, what we need to do is we need to import. Okay, so from dot models import I will import the student. Okay, so after doing this thing, what you need to do, let's say I will make reg and I'll create the student as name is equal to name, is equal to is, address is equal to address, email is equal to email, and message is equal to message. Okay, so I have created one object, and in order to save that, I'll do register.save. Okay, after doing save, what I will do is a http return http response. Okay, I'll return http response here. Your form has been successfully submitted. Okay, submitted http response. We need to input also http response. Okay, so let me see whether this will work or not. For this, I'll do it on save. Okay, so after making some changes in my views.py, let me again do Ctrl C. Let me just go to Python manage.py, run server. Okay, now I'll go to this link. I'll provide my name as, let's say, Mohan. Let provide me the next name. Okay, let me provide David. Let me go to 34. Address will be California. Okay, the address will be david@gmail.com. This message is from David. Okay, if I now hit submit over here, so if I do submit, so it is not working, or it has worked. I'll go to my over here. I will go to my database. Okay, so let me check whether this has worked or not. Let me do refresh it. So it has not worked. Okay, so why it has not worked is, okay, let me do refresh again. Let me try to do David. And this is from David. Let me hit the submit. Okay, your form has been successfully submitted. Okay, so now if I go inside my over here, I'll see my records. Okay, so the DVD records has been successfully recorded in my database. Okay, so in order to show that message in more beautiful way, what you need to do is go to views.py. Okay, so from over here, what you need to do is from django.contrib import messages. Okay, so import the messages. What you need to do over here is, you don't just want to return this thing. What you need to do is message dot success. Okay, the first thing you pass is the request, and I'll say hi, whatever that is in the name. Your form has been successfully submitted. Okay, so I'll save this message, and after saying this message, what I'll do is return to redirect to my own form. Okay, so why this is not working over here, so I need to check it. So please wait for a minute. Okay, so please wait for some minutes. Okay, contribute that URLs. What you need to do is wait for a few minutes. Okay, you need to do this success redirect. So you need to import this redirect. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to import this redirect. Okay, so now this will work, and you need to go inside this form, and in order to show that a message your form has been successfully created, what you need to do is go to over here. Okay, so inside this form, what I want to do is if let's say I want to start, if there is any messages passed from that template, what I need to do is I want to start the for loop. Okay, so for message in messages, what I want to do is print that message. Okay, so what I'll do is print that message, but I want to make it look more nicer. In order to do that, go to this Django website and type a lot. Okay, so just type a lot, and over here there is something guacamole. Okay, so I generally use that thing. So inside here, go to this bootstrap, type alert and copy this. Okay, holy guacamole. Okay, so I'll copy this one and paste it over here, and I'll just remove this holy guacamole with my own message. Okay, so what I need to do is do this as MESSAG message. Okay, so after doing all this thing, then you are ready to do it. Okay, so your message have been successfully submitted. Let me again go to my home, go to the form. Let's say I just added Bailey. Okay, so let's say 46, address is, let's say, Arkansas. Okay, email address is bailey@gmail.com. This is message from Bailey. Okay, so if I hit now submit button, now there is some error. What is the error? Str object has no success. So I have written here only message, I guess. So in views.py you need to give not message but messages. Okay, so after hitting that messages, you need to do refresh. You will do continue. After this, you will see this beautiful looking hi Bailey. Your your form has been successfully submitted. Okay, now you can click this cross button also, then it will go. Okay, up to now we have seen the C part of that CRUD. Okay, so after that, you need, what I need to do is let me go to my website. Over here in home, I need to show that whatever record is present in my database, I want to show that in over in this home page. Okay, so for that, what I need to do is go to my home.html. So go to this home.html. Over here, what I need to do is, let's say I don't want this, I just want students uh, information. Okay, so I'm just writing it as student information, and inside this, what I'll do is just make one container. Okay, the second thing will be row, and the third thing I want to give is call obtain. Okay, so let me do this call obtain. I want to put it in the middle, so MX auto. So for the table, what I will do is just go to the bootstrap. Okay, so go to the bootstrap and just type table, and I'll copy this first table. Okay, so I'll copy that one and I'll just paste it over here. I'll go to my website and see whether this has been copied or not. Okay, this has been copied, so I'll remove this with ID, my first name, last name, and then handle. Okay, so for that, what I need to do is go over here, change the head to ID. uh, okay, so ID, and this one I'm going to change with full name. This one I'm going to change with age, and this one I'm going to change with address, and there is something control C, control V. This one I'm going to change with email. Okay, and at last I'm going to change this one with the last thing is message. Okay, so last thing will be message. If I go to my website and do a interface, then I'll see ID, full name, age, address, email, and this thing. Okay, so after this, what I need to do is I'll remove this row data. Okay, so I just remove this one. I'll just keep only one over here. What I'll do is let's say I will pass it from this website. Okay, so I'll go to the views dot. Over here, what I'll do is write context equal to student dot objects dot all. This is a query sheet, right? This will give all the objects that is present in my database. So after this, what you need to do is just pass that all that object by using the dictionary. So I'll pass it as a context and I'll keep it as a context. Okay, so after passing this all these thing, so you'll get in your template. So go to home.html. for this home.html, in over here what I'm going to do is inside this table body, so I'll go for data. I passed it in context. Okay, so I'll write it in context. Okay, so I'll just copy it over from here and I'll paste it right over here. So over here what I need to do is just do nothing but a data.id. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do it as a data.name. The third thing I'm going to do is data.is. The fifth thing I'm going to do is data.address. Now and the fifth thing that is going to be is data.email, and the last one is data.message. Okay, so this much we have done. Let's see whether this works or not. If I do refresh, so it is correctly reading the data from our database. Okay, so this is a that C we have already seen. Great. Okay, so this is the reading part of that CRUD. Okay, so this is the reading part of that CRUD. So after doing this, if you want to make it more beautiful, okay, what you need to do is go to the bootstrap, go to over here tables, and if you want to make your table as this stripped one, what you need to do is just copy this code and just paste it over here. Okay, control B. You do not need dot over here. Table is stripped. Then if you go inside over here and do it, so it will come black and white, black and white. Okay, so this will be the case. Now after this, what we will do is make our own delete and update. Okay, so let's say David entered his age wrong. Okay, so how to change that information? Okay, in order to change that information, we'll make two buttons. Okay, so let me go to the home.html. Okay, so we will add some next head. Okay, table head. So let me go to the control C and let me do control B. Over here I'll make one new column of actions. So inside these actions, what I'm going to do is add one table head. So inside this we'll keep one button. Okay, so here will be one button. Just to wait. So inside this there will be a button. Okay, so let me just don't write this button over here. What I'll just do is bring that button from this bootstrap. Okay, let me bring the button from and button. Okay, let me bring the button of this success. Okay, so let me that control C, let me control B. Okay, and inside over here I also want, I do not want to show it as success, I want to show it as update, and the next button will be the delete one. Okay, so what is the danger is over here. So I want the red color for the delete button, so I'll keep the button equal to danger. Let me see how it's looking now in my website. Let me go over here. So action equal to this thing, and this is coming as that. Okay, after doing this thing, what I want to do is, let me just now let me just give the icon also. Okay, so in order to give the icon, what you need to do is go to over here, and inside this what you need to search is cd and gs. Okay, so go to this website cd and gs and type in font. Okay, so this will give you font awesome, and here is the link. Okay, so you need to copy that link. Okay, so after copying that link, go to your base.html. Okay, so go to base.html, and above this title, okay, above this title, paste this code over here. Okay, so after pasting that code, go to the font awesome. Okay, so go to font awesome and go to over here, and inside this what you need to search is search for button. Okay, so I will just search for update. Okay, so this is not showing the update, so I'll just search edit. Okay, so it will show me these two things, so I'll click on this first one. After clicking this on the first one, copy this link. Okay, so control C. After copying this link, what you need to do is, where am I, go to home.html. Over here in this update, control B and give one space. Okay, this will look after this closing of I tag, give one space and then update. Okay, so how it will look, I'll show you over here. So this will look like this. Okay, so update, and now what I will do is again do the same thing for, and this is not danger, this is a delete. Okay, so I'll go to that font awesome website and search for, okay, after this what we will search is just type trash. Okay, so trash and copy this one, so just copy it and try to paste it over here. Okay, so just paste it over there. After that what you will see over here is that delete one. Okay, so there is a delete and update. Okay, so after this one, now what we will do is, let's say, now after this adding these buttons, now what we will do it is provide it in anchor tag. Okay, so after this you need to provide this button, you need to place this button inside the anchor tag. Okay, so for that what you need to do is provide it in the anchor tag, a type a, and just control X this and close it outside of this button. Okay, so go on to this and you need to provide the anchor tag, and over here I'll take this closing anchor tag to this over here. Okay, control B. So after this I will give this URL. Okay, we have not made this URL. Okay, so but I'll give over here URL and I want to go into the edit. Okay, so I'll write that code, no, code later. Okay, so let me just type URL, and for this delete what you need to do is go to delete data and just, in order to delete any data from the table you need what is known as primary ID. Okay, so data dot id, you need data dot id. Okay, so this data dot id is coming from this over here, so you will provide data dot id relating to that data. Okay, so here in edit also you need to provide the data dot id. Okay, so you just provide this much for now. After that what we will do is, let's say after that we will work on this delete. Okay, so let me go into this. Let's say we have this urls and we have clicked on that and delete. Okay, so let's say that's path as delete. So let me go that delete, and let me make the function as delete data in my views.py. okay, so I need to make that it in views.py. okay, so views.py. over here I'll make one function, so def uh, delete, and this will not only take the request but also take the primary key. okay, so this will come in over here as begin. okay, so it will come in over here as a primary key. okay, so after, let's say that's not as begin, let's say that's as id. okay, so after that what you need to do is use that get query method. okay, so student dot objects dot get, what I want to get is that id is equal to id. okay, whatever we have passed it. Then what I want to do to this data, I want to delete it, so data dot delete, and return. Where do we want this page to go to the redirect inside home. okay, so I guess we have done the delete part of it, so delete data views.py, so I'll name it as delete data. okay, so now it will work. Now after that I will just once stop this server, just write python manage.py run server. After doing this thing, let's say you do just refresh, there is some error, there is no, it is not finding that edit. okay, so I'll just remove that for the time being. That is in home.html. what is home.html? home.html, I'll just remove this one for the time. okay, so I'll just remove it. Now I should get that page. I'm not delete data dot id. I'm getting some error over here, so I think I have not placed a space or something like that. okay, so data for data in context url delete data dot id. in data dot id, this is why this is not working. So data.id, solid danger, I think this should work. No reverse match. We should not provide it as a delete data, name was delete. okay, so you need to provide it as delete. Now it will find. So why it is not still working? So in urls, isn't there delete? There is delete. So there is delete, whether I have written it delete, it's okay. url data.id, it's work. Why it's not working? Why it is not working? So if I go over here, delete data student.get id, redirect to this thing. Let's do control c. Let's again do python manage.py run server, and I'll go back over here, go to home. No reverse match. data.id, what's the error over here? There is some error over here. What is that error? data.id, data.id, that's good. Edit data.id, delete slash this let's say don't go to the delete, let's say delete slash data and give the name as delete slash data. Okay, so let's say I want to give it as a delete slash data, and do not go to the delete, go to delete slash data. I'll just change it over here. Where is that thing? Home.html over here, and I'll just give it as a delete slash data. Okay, so now if I do this, will it work? Why it's not working? No reverse match found. Let me close all this editor. Okay, so let me go to the home. So delete data, and over here go to views.py. DLET delete data is good. This thing is also good. So go to urls.py. So delete data, name is equal to delete data. That's good. Why it is not deleting that data from my database? Is it deleting from my... Have I not provided the space over there? Let me write that down. Okay. Views.py urls.py. Let me delete data. Let me go to the home.html. Open this folder. Let me again write this line of code. Okay, so let me write it URL. So I want to provide this as a delete data. Okay, so let's say delete data, and I also need to provide uh, data.id. Okay, so I need to provide two things in order to delete the data. So I will refresh this one again. I'll do Control C, Python manage.py run server, and I'll go to this site. Let me go to no reverse match found. Contact, this contact page, this home page. Here is the error. Button type danger. In URL you need to provide the other things also. So in over here I was passing the int as id also, so I need to keep it as int id. Okay, so now it should work. Sorry for that. Okay, now if I do now delete. Okay, so if I now do delete, now it should delete. What I did wrong was that I didn't provide anything in that over here. Okay, so you need to provide this thing also. Okay, further now next thing we need to work on our edit. Okay, so now over here if I click this delete, then this will delete this. Okay, so let me delete this belly one. So if I do delete, so this will delete this record. Okay, so now I should work on this edit one. So in order to work in this edit one, what I need is go to that home.html file, and over here what I need to do is URL. So let's say I want to edit, and for the edit I also want to send the data ID. Okay, so now I need to go to URLs, and over here I need to be careful now. Did let's say update slash. Okay, so I'll go to the update slash, and I need to take this int, and I'll just write it as update. Okay, so update, and the next thing will be update. Okay, so I need to make this update in my views.py. So let me go into the views.py. So for its views.py, there is a views.py. So over here what I need to do is by update. Okay, so I'll make update. The first it will take is request, the second one we have got is id. Okay, so after doing that thing, what I'll do is, after getting that thing, now data is equal to student dot objects dot get. I'll get that ID. Okay, so I'll get that specific record from my database, and I'll check whether this request dot method is equal to post or not. Okay, so whether they are submitting that hitting that some update button or not. If they are hitting that update button, what I need to do is I should take whatever is coming from that, from the user. Okay, so whatever is coming from that user is it is okay. So there is second as address. I'm getting whatever the user have provided. Okay, so this all data is being provided by the user email, and there is something known as message. Okay, so message is equal to request.post.get, and then message, there is name is, and there is also the email also. Okay, so we'll also get the email. After getting this email, this original data is in my data. Okay, so this data consists of original data, and this name and consist of this updated name. Okay, so in order to change this my original data, what I need to do is data dot name is equal to, so let me now bring the original data inside this only. Okay, so data equal to is student dot objects dot get. Okay, so is equal to email comma message is equal to message. Okay, so it will, this modified name will be placed in my original name. Okay, so this will be the case object. Oh no, what I did over here, terrible mistake. So get will only do this thing, id is equal to id, so I need to change it. So data dot name is equal to name. Okay, data dot age is equal to age, and data dot address is equal to address, and data dot email is equal to email, data dot message is equal to message. Okay, so now we need to save this data, so I'll write save. After doing this thing, what I need to do is redirect the user, redirect the user to the home page. Okay, so return redirect to the home page. Okay, I don't think I know I need this one, so I'll just close it over here. So after this, what you need is you need your update template also. Okay, so I need what I need to do is copy this one, make one new file, and let's say this one is a update.html. Okay, so inside this update.html, what I'm going to do is bring my all the code from form.html. Okay, so I'll copy all this code, control A, that is control A, control C, uh, go to update.html. Let's remove this one first. Okay, let's remove this and just type control B. Okay, so after clicking on this update, okay, so after clicking on this update, what you need to do is it will provide me this form. Okay, so it will provide me this form, and inside this form what you need is that previous data should also be here. Okay, so in order to be sure that the previous data is also there, what you need to do is to make changes over here. You need to provide, so let me provide in this let's say there was an update. Okay, so uh, let me go to this update and views.py. There is something known as update. If somebody clicks the update, then return redirect to home is okay, and request that first. But if they hit enter, okay, so I need to do student equal to context is equal to, let's say, student dot objects dot all. Okay, so I want over here not all, let's say I want the specific id. Okay, so get id is equal to id, so I need to return this to my template. So in order to return to the template, what I need to do is a request, and my where is my the template app slash edit.html. I need to send the data in the form of a dictionary, so I am provide it as context to context. Okay, so after passing this, you will be able to get over here, okay, that data. So I am passing it as a context. Okay, so value should be present as whatever the values should be present should be over here. So context dot name. Okay, so over here the values will be, you can guess it what it will be, context dot is. Okay, so this will be the case, and over here value will be context dot email. Okay, so context will be value dot email. Okay, I need to provide this one also, not sharing, so I need to make my value inside the quotation. So quotation, okay, I'll put this under the quotation, so this will also be under the quotation. Okay, so the next thing will be, let's say value will be inside context dot email. Okay, that above one was address. Okay, address. So in order to get the message you need to work it over here. Okay, so what I need is context dot message. Okay, so this over here. Okay, let's now check it. It must work now. Now let me go to this thing. There is no edit. This URL is not being matched, so let me go and check this URL. So okay, there are, I provided the name as edit. Okay, so let me provide this as also edit. Now it will find it. It will find it now. Okay, so I'll click on this update. So template does not exist. I provided the name of the template wrong, so let me go over here. App slash edit.html. Is it the page? Not edit.html, update.html. Okay, so update.html. Okay, after doing this thing, I'll just okay, so the data is coming into my form. Okay, so what I need to do now is just write debit updated. Okay, so let me hit the submit button. Will it be updated or not? We'll see it. Okay, hi debit, your form has been successfully not submitted. You need to update that thing. Okay, so let me go to my database. Okay, so let me go to my database. Where is the database? Database. Here is my database. So let's say debit updated. Okay, so we are able to perform create, read, update and delete. Okay, so we have done all the operations for create, update and delete. For updating, what we have done is that we have created first that button. Okay, so that creation of that button is easy. So after clicking that button, where we want to go is this URL update. Okay, so with that update there will also come that integer ID. After that update, where it will go is in this use.py update. Okay, after this whatever the id that is being passed will this will fetch the original data. Okay, original data. And over here, if request is equal to first, this what this will do is whatever we have sent the information for update, this will reside over here. Name is an after updating this all this name, you need to change it in the original data. Since the original data again we have put it in my data. Okay, so data dot name, data dot is and data dot name. Okay, so we have saved that data and we have sent our user to the home page. Okay, so this is my data. After this hit the update button, it will go to the update.html and we'll send this one. Okay, context and context, and this will go to this update. Okay, after this context we have copied all this code from the update. Okay, so we are right as update. Okay, this is the form page and here is the message that we have passed. Okay, after that message we have passed it. We can also pass that message by using that message.success. Let me do that thing first. Okay, we'll do our video up to now. Okay, so this is the complete video for the CRUD. Hope you liked my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. Okay, and have a nice day.